time for a high and low quick bite. I'm Ike Amaechi. I'm here with Ugo, Sean Kahn, Stephen Leslie, and Mitch Orsatti. We love the game of basketball. That's why we're here every week. We appreciate the product that the NBA puts out on the floor, the teams, the players. Anyone who grew up playing and watching the sport knows what it feels like to support a team, to support a player. There's an anomalous type of loyalty and attachment that develops, this unique relationship between player or team and the fan of that player or team. Fans will take criticism of their favorite player so personally that you would think that maybe that player was like a member of their family. It's the nature of sports. That's what drives the interest. This is the reason professional sports generates billions, but that's beside the point. Fans have a vested interest in players and teams, and we find ourselves defending them and being the greatest champions. So when a player you admire starts to play like trash, for lack of a better term, fans, they can get defensive and sometimes delusional. Now, I'm not saying anyone here on High and Low is defensive or delusional, but I want to get your perspective on this. Is there a player in the NBA today that you feel gets unfairly criticized? Hugo, how about you start this off?
There's a lot of players on my list. I mean, okay, let's get the obvious target out of the way, right? So we could talk about Russ. And how
is that
Russ
unfair? Is that unfair criticism though?
I think a bit of both. I say it's a bit of both. I'll be like, he just looks like a ball player, but when he actually plays, he fools you, right? Because he misses a lot of shots. Was he 163 points on 163 shots? Like what? Good jeez. And like I was talking about, like he's not top 20 in any major statistic. So is he hurt? If he's hurt, then say that you're hurt, and people can just say, okay, fine, it's a wash, right? And we'll worry about you in 2022, right? But he's just the easiest target right now. To me, I guess if you're going to ask me to pick somebody aside from the obvious one, I think I would throw my favorite crap on target, Embiid. I actually believe the dude does have some skill, but he does so much floundering and flopping around like a fish out of water into a frying pan. It just infuriates me. So, my perspective of him is twisted and tainted. Maybe there's a really good Hall of Fame player in there, but I don't see it. So, I'll pass the mic on to somebody else.
So you're saying that he's fairly criticized? I'm just trying to understand.
Salt.
I think he's misunderstood. Well, maybe I'm misunderstanding him. So somebody previously on a podcast mentioned him as MVP worthy.
And he's playing like it.
That's what you guys think, but anyway,
a couple other people think that, I think too.
I think they're misunderstood too. So I'm staying on my island. That's all I'm gonna do.
All right. You stay on that island, and maybe I'll toss you a lifeboat at some point in time. But hey,
pina colada.
Right now, Mitch, it's your turn. What do you think?
Well, my OG answer for this question that I don't think applies anymore used to be Kyle Lowry. Lowry, for the most part, never got his due outside of the Toronto media market. And today he still gets dogged on more than he should because of how great he is. But I think the NBA media conglomerate has come around and now starts to give Kyle some shine. Winning the championship really helped. But I'm going to bat for a specific player who gets dogged by maybe someone on this high-low podcast.
Oh, who could that be?
And I'm going to bat for one Danny Green.
Hey.
Long have people been killing my guy DG on this podcast, saying he's a bum who runs weird, can't shoot, can't defend. Now, some of those things are true. Danny Green runs kind of weird. And you know what? He's lost a bit on defense when he's trying to stay in front of younger, quicker guards. I watched him try to guard Dennis Schroeder in that Philly game against the Lakers, and that was not It wasn't a good
rough.
look. He scored like 8 or 10 points straight on Danny Green.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Same move too.
I know it was kind of hard. It was kind of hard to watch. But all of that, regardless, Danny Green is a winner. He's a winner, and in the last 3 years, he's been a champ with the Raps, a champ with the Lakers, and now he's on a Philly squad that could absolutely be a finals team and push whoever comes out of the West in the finals to maybe winning a championship. Yeah. Even though Embiid and Simmons, I think, are still a bad fit, Danny Green still somehow finds his way onto these winning teams, and I think it's because Danny Green gives a lot to winning teams.
He's in you, Robert Horry.
I don't mind that comparison.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, I mean that in the most complimentary way possible, man.
Oh, like, absolutely.
Just always finding yourself in a winning situation, but being a compliment, an asset to that situation. Yeah. You know.
And I didn't even mention the San Antonio years. Like,
yeah,
the man's a winner, and I think he gets on a little too much.
Yeah. Well, by one person in particular on this podcast.
Just one.
Or Sean, have you jumped in on that bandwagon?
I definitely have.
Oh,
definitely shat on Danny Green once or twice on this podcast.
Shat.
I don't know if I have to bleep that out. Shat.
Nah, that's good.
Interesting. Okay.
Loophole.
I like that. Loophole. Nice.
I should have said shatted on then, I guess.
All right, Danny Green. I like it. I miss Danny.
Me too.
Yeah. Sean, what do you think?
I think this guy is unfairly criticized by fans on social media more than anyone in the NBA, and that's LeBron James. People criticize LeBron for going to 10 finals. Like, how is that even possible? How can you criticize a guy for...
Is it 11?
Is it 11 now? Sorry, it might be 11. What is he, 4-6 or 4-7?
4-7, yeah.
Yeah, so, and he gets criticized for having a 4-7 record in those finals. I think people hate on him because he's not flashy. He's kind of boring to watch at times. He's got some awkward flops every now and then, and it's probably okay to not like him for those things. But when you doubt or criticize him for his effectiveness, or some people even like to put him behind Kobe on the all-time list. No offense, Kobe, but LeBron is ahead of you.
It's okay. Kobe can't hear you.
You kind of become irrational and you lose credibility when you say things like that. I think he was misunderstood early in his career. You know, when he had that debacle of a Miami signing, when he had that show called The Decision or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. I think that was a bit immature, but he was also a bit misunderstood in that time. He's come a long way since then, but he's still flopping, so I guess you can still hate on him for that.
The one thing about LeBron, he brings this on himself, I find. And I think everyone gave him a pass for the decision, but then he called himself the GOAT. And this is like a mature LeBron. This is a guy who's, at this point, he'd already won a few championships, and he was just being cocky. He was in the middle of his back and forth with Golden State. And that, to me, like in moments like that, it just adds fuel to the fire for all these people who just are looking for a reason to criticize him, and the response automatically is, how dare you? Michael Jordan is still sitting perched on top of, Mount Olympus, and this guy wants to come and take the throne. Not even take the throne. He's kind of proclaimed himself king from the very beginning. So I don't know, man. Like LeBron it's a weird one. He is criticized. His numbers would back up his, many people's claim for him to be one of the best, but I just think his own acknowledgement of the fact that he's like, one of the greats. I don't know. That just...
Yeah, you made a good point. Like, even if you are the GOAT, don't call yourself the GOAT. Let other people say it about you, right? So that is super awkward too when he does things like that. He does bring it on himself.
Don't ask for DMs. Just get the DM.
Okay, but you know what? So if LeBron, like, think about when LeBron said that, right? Who really got upset when he said that, right? All the older fans who were alive to see Jordan.
Everyone. I did.
Yeah. Okay. Well, did you? Well, maybe you're.
And those guys that already hated him anyway, right?
Well,
just
yeah. I mean,
ammo for their.
I just find it's polarizing, right? You're either a LeBron fan or a Jordan fan, right? I mean, you got the Kobe fans and all that stuff there, but really, like, those are 1 and 2. And anything LeBron does, people will just bring up. It'll never compare to what Jordan has done. But I think when he said that, I mean, he's still upsetting the same people that don't like him anyway. And there's a lot of people who will go and say, "Oh, LeBron's the greatest. Look at, let me pull out all my stats on LeBron and show you, like, no, Jordan didn't go to 11 finals." You know what I mean? Like, they'll bring up a whole bunch of stuff on him, right? So, I get optically, yes, you shouldn't call yourself the king, but I think what do they call them? The LeBronites or the LeBroners or the what do you call the little followers? You know how Beyonce has the beehive kind of thing? All those little people that whatever you want to call them. All the ones that all the ones that swing off LeBron's curlies,
What did you say?
They agree with him, right? They agree with him. They're gonna go right along with it. Yeah, he's the GOAT. He's the greatest ever, right? So I don't know. It's just,
So Steven, you chime in. What's going on, man? Who's getting unfairly criticized in the league right now? By us, the media, fans? What do you think?
So look, I look at high and low. We're a team environment, and someone that's unfairly criticized by fans, social
Here we
media,
go.
and the high and low team
I know it's
is me.
Exactly. I was just waiting for it.
If I
You
explain,
heard me clapping.
if I explain
that.
how the Lakers are great, it's a problem. We're not a Lakers podcast. If I talk about Steph Curry's horrible shooting nights where he shoots 30% and gets blown out by 30 points, I get ridiculed in the group chats. If I comment on our social media, then I get bashed for comments. Anything I say or do is just always unfairly criticized. But that's because, my team's great, and because I'm a Laker fan. I'm used to all the hate. I'm not here capping for a guy who has the most threes to win MVP. I'm not begging for a spin master to lead my team to victory every night.
Yo.
I have good things to say. And sometimes it causes Curveball Boy over there to actually agree with whatever I say. So I grew up as a Kobe fan during the Reign of Terror, and it really doesn't matter. I just would like you guys to stop criticizing me because
Can I just criticize you one more time? The question was, name a player that you feel gets unfairly criticized.
I'm a player.
18th man on the bench.
Don't tell his wife.
High and low.
Okay, wait.
See, this
But
is
you still have-
I just proved my point. This is exactly what I'm saying. And you see, I just got criticized for whatever I say.
See,
I'm out.
but all
I'm
you
done.
Laker,
I'm done.
all you Laker fans, listen. I've asked this question numerous times. Have you fully accepted LeBron as an actual Laker?
Yes.
You guys never answered this
Yes.
question. Every Laker fan
He
out
just
there.
did. He just said yes.
We have.
Oh, yes now. Oh, okay. All right. It took you a while.
I did not.
What?
I did
Come on, listen. Roll the tape. Roll the tape.
tape criticizing me.
I think the only time Stevens ever criticized LeBron is with that signature move.
Yeah, the 3-pointer. I remember that. No, but
Spin
I've
the
asked
ball.
him before. I've asked him before about LeBron being an actual Laker, and it's like, well,
Nah, that's not me. That's not me. Positive. I get straight to the
That was a bad Steven impression.
straight to the point.
hey, don't worry. That's why I don't travel.
All right. Well, Steven doesn't want the criticism, guys.
I embrace the
So-
hate. I embrace
Too
the hate.
bad.
All right. Well, we're going over here, but that has been another high and low quick bite. Look for new quick bites every week on this YouTube channel, along with other bonus content you won't find on the official weekly podcast. So like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.